from Season 4 has finally arrived, and today we're breaking down the very first episode. If you haven't watched the previous 3 seasons yet, make sure to do that first, otherwise this episode won't make much sense. Season 4 begins exactly where Season 3 ended. Julie, who has traveled from the future, arrives to save Jim, but the Yellow Jacket Man gets there first and brutally slashes Jim's throat. He tells Julie that she can witness the story, but she cannot change it, the exact same thing Ethan had told her before. He also says that Jim is his favorite character, and that this has already happened many times before, implying that the entire story is trapped in an endless cycle. At the same time, a Catholic priest unknowingly drives onto the cursed road, completely unaware that his life is about to change forever. Meanwhile, inside the bunker, Fatima tells Kenny and Alice that the monsters in the town were once ordinary humans. Long ago, they made a deal with a mysterious and dangerous force living deep in the forest. In exchange for eternal life, they sacrificed their own children. But the deal went horribly wrong, turning their immortality into a terrifying curse. Kenny heads into the secret tunnel to find Boyd. There, Boyd reveals that Fatima's baby has actually been reborn as the Smiley Monster, the very creature Boyd had previously killed. This proves that the monsters are capable of thinking and remembering, as the Smiley Monster even calls Kenny by his name. At Colony House, Christy stitches Elgin's injured hand. Elgin explains that he trusted the Kimono Woman because she promised that the baby would help everyone escape from the town. Christy reminds him that this place has always manipulated people's minds, just as it did with Sarah, who was driven to kill her own brother Nathan. After murdering Jim, the Yellow Jacket Man digs up a suitcase buried in the forest. The suitcase is filled with the belongings of people who died in the town, just like the one the boy in white once asked Victor to hide. He takes out a set of clothes and changes into them. Back at the sheriff's station, Boyd gathers ammunition and asks Kenny how many people are still alive in town. The answer is 47. Boyd fears that before the monsters kill everyone, the survivors may lose hope and end their own lives, especially now that the Smiley Monster has returned and seems impossible to defeat. Just then, Tabitha returns to town. After discovering last season that she was Victor's mother and Miranda Christopher in her previous life, she is overwhelmed with confusion. While searching for Jim, a speeding car suddenly crashes straight into the sheriff's station. Inside the car are the priest and a young woman named Sophia, whose neck becomes trapped in the shattered glass. Boyd, Kenny, and Randall work together to rescue both of them. Sophia explains that her father suddenly suffered a seizure while driving, causing him to lose control of the car. Very similar to what happened to Ethan before, suggesting another strange connection with the town. The priest is taken to the hospital, while Kenny stays behind to look after him. Tabitha returns home, still deeply worried about Jim. Outside Colony House, Boyd encounters Acosta, who is furious with him for breaking Elgin's hand. Upstairs, Boyd and Donna tell Fatima and Christy the shocking truth about the Smiley Monster. Everyone is stunned to learn that a monster they believed was dead has somehow returned. Fatima loses her temper because nobody believed her from the beginning. The weight of everything starts breaking Boyd from the inside. Christy reminds him that he is still the strongest pillar holding the town together. Overcome with emotion, Boyd breaks down remembering his late wife Abby, while his son Ellis comforts him. At the hospital, the priest remains unconscious for hours. After learning about the monsters and the talismans from Kenny, Sophia joins him in prayer. Suddenly, the priest wakes up. But then comes the biggest twist. The priest reveals that he actually arrived in town alone. So, who was Sophia? The answer is connected to the Yellow Jacket Man. The clothes he took from the buried suitcase actually belonged to Sophia. Using his shape-shifting ability, he disguised himself as Sophia and asked the priest for a ride. As soon as they reached the town, he deliberately caused the car to crash into the sheriff's station to make himself appear as an innocent victim. Even more disturbing, while disguised as Sophia, he was able to recite Bible prayers without any difficulty, almost as if he were mocking the power of God itself. In the final moments of the episode, Sophia suddenly covers the priest's mouth, leaving his fate unknown until the next episode. Back at the house, Tabitha, Julie, and Ethan continue worrying about Jim. Suddenly, the kitchen cabinets begin opening and closing on their own. Whether it's Jim's spirit or something far more sinister remains a mystery, and that's where episode 1 comes to an end. From season 4, we'll have a total of 10 episodes, so many of these theories should become clearer as the season continues. If you want me to explain episode 2 of From Season 4, write episode 2 in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.